So, what's really important with budgeting is organizing your income and expenses. So, let's get started. First, income. Let's list out our income. So these are all going to be monthly, right? So each month 3,500 for income, and then right below income would be the expenses. So we have rent, which would be 1,200, utilities, which would be 150, then transportation, which would be 700, food, which would be 400, entertainment, which would be 150, and miscellaneous, which would be 250. So assuming that the budget, so how much is saved using this? So we're going to take 3,500 minus 1,200, 150, 700, 400, 150, 250. What we're going to get is 650. So now, using the original amount saved, if we take 5,000 divided by 650, we get approximately 7.6-ish or 7.7-ish, right? Depending on how you round. This will not achieve the goal of getting the down payment on the car in 5 months. So let's do some thinking here and figure out how they can do that in 5 months. So one of the simpler methods and more in control methods that you could do is limiting. One of the surefire methods to cut down on expenses would be to cut down on our non-essential expenses, such as entertainment and miscellaneous expenses. So in this example, that would be 250 cut out of miscellaneous expenses and 150 cut out of entertainment expenses. Add these back to the amount of money we're saving each month, and we're going to get under 5 months to get $5,000. So that gets us to our goal. Another way that we can do this is through increasing our cash inflow, which could be done through a side job, investing. So what's important to keep in mind here is that there's only two ways to save money, right? Either you decrease cash outflow or you increase cash inflow. Hopefully that sticks with you. Say you broke your leg and the hospital has billed you $10,000. Pretty common. In fact, you would probably be charged more for that. But let's just assume 10,000, and you also need 6 months of living expenses on hand. So how do we calculate that? So first, we're going to add up all your expenses during your regular life. So the 1,200, 150, 700, 400, 150, 250. Add these all up. So that's going to be 2,850. Now, if you're asking me why I'm not taking out things like entertainment expense or miscellaneous expense, that is because I want to take a conservative approach, right? I want to overestimate the amount of expenses I'm going to have. And in fact, during an emergency situation like this, you might even have to overestimate the amount of expenses that you have. But for this example, I'm just going to keep it the regular expense amount that we spend each month. So if we multiply this amount by 6, we're going to get $7,100. Now add that to the $10,000 required for your broken leg. We're going to get $27,100. Now, if we reference the previous amount saved, we're going to get $650, right, from the previous calculations. And then all we have to do now is take this amount and divide it by the $650 amount. And what you're going to end up with is approximately equal to 42 months of savings to get that many fees, right? So hopefully that has taught you a bit about how to calculate the amount of time you need to save for a certain amount of months of emergency funds. Recommended by industry experts would be 6 to 9 months of emergency living funds on hand, right? So keep that in mind.